Hi guys, my name is Dante, and welcome back to Overpaint. And today's patient is Moles. Is that like short for Molly? Like Phoebes is short for Phoebe, Pewds for PewDiePie. Hi Dante, I really like the way you paint environments, especially the forest you did for the most recent SCP drawing. Oh, 049, the doctor standing in the forest. Yeah, it was quite a nice forest. That was the first time I used the claw brush from the Paintstorm studio. Probably gonna be using it today again. Edit. Whoops, pressed enter too soon. How could you? Anyway, this is my best attempt at landscape drawing. At the time, I was really proud of it, and as you can probably see, it took me a while to do all the blades of grass. Yeah, looks like a lot. Grass is a kryptonite of any artist. Anyway, I'd like to submit it for overpaint because I'm interested to see what you can do with it. I also did a more apocalyptic version of it, in case that's more your thing. Oh yes, it sure is. I mean, this one is very lovely. I especially like the fact that you did a good exposure contrast. Meaning, to show all the grass bright green, you had to overexpose the sky, because that's what would happen. Good stuff. But generally, I personally really don't know what to do with this picture, because it's like, well, it's just nature. I don't really like nature. Sounds weird, but it's true. I'm never inspired by nature, let's say that. It's like, well, okay, grass, sky. But this is definitely the whole other level of interest. Still not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but let's start doing it. But first, let's finish reading. Thanks for all the content you put out. I really enjoy watching your videos. Why, thank you. Let's start. Okay now, well this is gonna be a kind of a tough one, since it's, all well done in its style and its amount of detail, I guess. So basically nothing really looks too off. But I like the parts that Moles added in the apocalyptic version, meaning I have something to fix. Not fix, let's make these asteroids a bit more realistic, let's add smoky trails and make a bit more detail and effort in the flamey parts at their tips. And also this orange haze, it's kind of like where is it? It's blurry and it's just in this spot. I really feel like making it more dense towards the whole horizon and, kind of hug around the hill. So it would feel like it's going out there. And so it's not just some kind of bright spot on the photograph that we're looking at. Also lava. Let's add lava in here probably. It's gonna look just perfect. And we'll go from there. Maybe we'll add some more of a bold areas of the ground that will crack open and whatnot. We'll play with some geometry of the soil. So let's start with that. Composition-wise, I don't see what we could change here. Maybe position the asteroids a bit more three-dimensionally. Maybe one of them will be a lot closer and a few will be very far away and positioned in much more of a dense way, because the further away we go, the more asteroids we see in one place. That's how three-dimensional world works, I mean. So yeah, let's do that, and maybe make the gradient of the sky a bit richer, it should be darker and probably even more red as it goes up to make it look more like the end of the days. So let's start with the sky part. I'll probably paint over the asteroids as they are now, because I'm gonna do the new ones very different, probably. So yeah, let's start with the sky. Oh my god, there's a nuclear explosion at the horizon. I like it, but it's gonna go away when I'll smooth out the brushwork. Was fun though. Oh, it's gonna be really cool now to add asteroids breaking through the clouds in different spots, which is really awesome, the way they do in those expensive movies. And I'll be able to do that because I started thinking through the clouds in 3 dimensions. Like I started thinking about the plane of the sky like this. That's the plane. And so the clouds get bigger and we'll look at them more from the bottom to the top as they get closer. And they get more flat when they get closer to the horizon. And in this case, it just feels right to add these asteroids breaking through in different sizes like this, from behind the cloud like that, only not that thick. So yeah, let's add those and then move on to the ground part. I'm actually really loving this so far. I don't know, like, I changed the sky a lot, but I kinda really like it. It looks really cool. Definitely apocalyptic. And so this one kind of hits the ground right here on the very edge of this hill. I also thought through the fact that usually asteroids fall not the way rain falls, like they fall at different angles because it's something that broke apart, like a huge asteroid broke and they start falling all over the place at different directions. Like this feels a little bit like it's some kind of aliens landing, because they all travel together at the same direction. And this is the actual chaos that's like, pack your stuff, is over. Okay, well, this is really cool. I'm like having so much fun detailing these. Love the way this turned out with the light breaking through the clouds where asteroids broke a hole. Looks really cool. And the one that hits the ground seems to be pretty legit. Okay, now let's go through the ground a bit. Let's start with making the lava river. And then we'll see where we will destroy the grass and play around with the naked ground. Come to think of it, there's quite a few places where there is naked ground. I haven't noticed that right away. By the way, it looks kind of interesting, like the render feels kind of 3-dimensional almost, like it was rendered in 3D. Maybe not, I don't know, but this looks very unusual. I never saw this kind of render before. Interesting. So, about that thing with getting tired about detailing a whole bunch of grass, something I mentioned before with the alien Jesus overpaint is that you don't really have to do that. What you really have to do is to define the masses of where there's a lot of grass coming along together, and then just define a few of them that catch maybe more light or less light with few sharp edges of that grass. Those few edges will show the eye that the rest of the mass is the grass. That's the trick. So like here, I defined a whole bunch of blurry stuff, and now I'll just grab the color and I'll define like this, like increasing the contrast a little bit here and there, and we already look at the grass. That's a lot more detailed than when you're trying to define every single bit of grass with a separate stroke, because that's far from the amount of detail that actual grass needs. So I think I'm about done here, adding a little bit more details on the background area, but I think this turned out really cool. Maybe this dry, naked soil area needs a bit more work, because the texture looks a bit off with its geometry, like it's not actually on the ground somehow. But the lava river seems to be really awesome. I love the way the grass looks like when it burns away from the lava, kind of playing around with the brushwork here. And in here, where there's no other light source, the grass is actually catching the light from the lava, so we get this awesome atmospheric look. Blurring away old details. All the butterflies are dead by now, I suppose. Blending away some of the bits of the grass in the background because it's not supposed to be that big when it's that far away. Mostly it's gonna just blend into a uniform, kind of uniform green mass. Okay, last strokes, making the nearest bits of lava a bit brighter. Just because closer objects deserve better contrast. Kinda like that. A few sparkles from something burning away. Oh yeah, this looks hot. In both meanings. So yeah, I'm done here. Oh, I love it. I actually did not expect to like this process because I really don't know very well how to deal with something that doesn't have character in it. But I don't know, asteroids are kind of like a character. I even kind of saved the stage. And then this. Okay, cool. Thank you, moles, for your submission. This was a lot of new fun. If any of you guys want to submit an artwork of your own, you can do that on Patreon page, the link is in the end of the video. You guys tell me what you think about the result, and I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend. The floor is lava. Do whatever you want, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Can never get enough of blending. The more details you want to show, the more you need to blend. It's an old saying.